Cheers! Welcome to my channel. This is a daily tarot oracle reading, Tattle Tales from the Vector. This is a general or collective reading, so just be aware parts may or may not resonate with you. Take what works with you and leave the rest. This is also a timely reading, so if you're watching it at this time, whoops, I don't take reversals, but we'll keep that in mind that it was one. I might have messed up in my... Okay, so if you're watching it now, it's the perfect time for you. Having said that, if it's been a while since I posted this, take a look back what was going on in your life back then. That could give you further clarity as to your situation now. We have... I did a little bit of a short meditation here. Whoops. This is... the underlying energy from the bottom of the deck was soulmates. So this is the Two of Cups. This energy is talking about a soul agreement. Come here, love. Come. Oh, no, I guess not. So this is soulmates, and they're coming together in a soul contract. This energy is the energy of the cups, so it's representing love. Quite often the soulmates will be about romantic love, but not always. This could also just be love of anyone or anything. And this is talking about a healing energy. We've got the Hermes symbol here, and this is talking also about two people who are complete within themselves. Their masculine and feminine are very balanced within themselves. So they're coming together more to enjoy each other's company on the journey here and to empower each other in their separate journeys. And the underlying energy from my oracle, which is Tales from the Vector, this is courtesy of the Intergalactic Federation of Light, and we have Foolish. So in my oracle, there's a fool. There's two fools. One's foolhardy and one's foolish. They're twins, actually. So this is half of one painting. But this is talking about when you have expectations. So if you have expectations, it's always going to create limitations because, you're expecting things to happen in a certain way. And rarely, you may have noticed that things sometimes will work out better if you don't have expectations because you're not insisting that the universe supply whatever it is in a specific way. You're just allowing the energy to come through. And so you might even be asking like, you might set a goal. I want to make $100,000 this year. And the universe is, 100,000. I was going to give you $1 million. Okay, if you only want 100,000, that's okay. So, it's not a bad thing to let go of expectations and just anticipate a good result. We have this energy here. That's sometimes easier said than done, of course, but in general, you're better off. Now, we have judgment coming in from the Most High, and we have the ancestors literally are cheering, like they're coming out of their boxes. Woohoo! Judgment is here. And so this sometimes can represent, an energy where perhaps the ancestors weren't able to complete something before they crossed the veil. We can see the descendants on the other side cheering as well. So this is talking about the bloodline being cleaned up of karma, and so it's a big celebration. This can sometimes bring skeletons out of the family closet and even open Pandora's box. And following the judgment, we have justice. So this energy is talking about justice of, and redemption of karma. We have justice starts in the spiritual realm, and that's what this banner behind her is representing, justice coming through. First from the spiritual realm down to the physical. And you notice her right foot is forward. It's peeking out of her robe here. It's saying that she has that sword of justice in her right hand. And it is a double-edged sword. So this means that, if you're on the right side of justice, it's going to be something you can anticipate, and you probably might have some expectations if you know why you would be on the wrong side. So this is talking about justice coming through from the spiritual down to the physical. This can also talk about redemption of karma. Now, a lot of people say, karma is punishment, but karma is actually just, it's basically cause and effect for your actions and inactions. And so we have the moon, and the moon is talking about, we have a moon tomorrow night as I'm doing this. Well, it'll be as I'm doing this on the 13th. So on the 14th, we do have a new moon in the sign of Gemini. And this energy, it's basically talking about being in a position where you are using your intuition as well as your logic. Gemini is very logical, and Sagittarius is across the wheel, and that always has a huge effect on the sign opposing yours in the horoscope. So this is talking about Sagittarian energy is about intuitive knowledge, and the Gemini is very logic. You put those two together and you're going to have a much better outcome. We have this lobster climbing out of the emotional waters, wanting to stay on his path. This means hidden secrets coming out, illusions that can be out, coming out in the open, especially with these two cards beforehand. This lobster has to be vulnerable to stay on their path, but they're determined to keep moving forward. There's a dog and a wolf here howling at the moon, and he's hoping that they're so enthralled in that they don't notice him scurrying by here to get past them. And so this is talking also about a full moon, a new moon, and the sun. And so this is about eclipses, and we did have an eclipse season back at February 3rd, 17th and March 3rd. And so that energy is also in the background here in this reading. One thing about eclipse season, like it lasts about 6 months. So around mid-August, you're going to probably be looking back and say, whoa, I was thinking I didn't get very much done. And it might feel like it right now. But when you look back at how much you actually managed to get done, you're going to be like super duper surprised. And then we have the Page of Swords energy. The pages represent information, communication coming through. And this can sometimes represent an energy, like with the swords. This is some sort of intellectual material, possibly. This can actually be just like a breath of fresh air. You might have an aha moment where you've been thinking about, how am I going to get this done, or how am I going to get that done? And you've been thinking and thinking, and then all of a sudden when you're not thinking about it, boom, the answer comes to you intuitively. The page here, he's looking away from his element because he already knows what the logical question is. He wants to find a creative solution to the problem. So he knows that the sword is double-edged. He wants to use his logic as well as his intuition. So he's looking away because he's thinking outside the box, and using his intuition as well as his logic for the solution. This energy represents someone who's youthful. Like the pages would work for the king and queen around 7 to 14 years of age, depending on how mature they were. Back then, the lifespan was only about half of what it is now. So this can be talking about an energy coming in. It could be about something that happened when you were in elementary school, high school, starting college or university, or it could sometimes represent someone youthful coming, delivering a message, or it's about something to do with that. This energy can also, it could be someone that maybe you haven't seen for 7 years, 14 years, or 21 years. Because the pages, when they were 21, if they were still working for the palace, they might even be considered for knighthood if they were doing a good job. And they would be able to maybe, if they could afford a horse, be put up for knighthood. Now, the energy in the old days, the only way that this information could come in would be in person, but you don't want to be sitting at home waiting for someone to come in person. This can nowadays, because of all the ways we have of information coming in, it could be a phone call, it could be a text message, it could be, a post on social media, a message, something in the mail. So all of those ways of looking for the information or communication are are available to represent this energy. And we have the Wheel of Fortune. So the Wheel of Fortune is talking about actually three wheels coming together. It's the past, the present, and the future. And this is talking about some really good fortune coming in. The wheel is turning in your favor. This is talking about moving forward in a strong way. On this wheel are actually on one of the wheels here are the Hebrew letters for the name of God, which is tetragrammaton. Now, a tetragrammaton is a sacred geometric symbol, and it's talking about equalization of forces. So think all the shift coming together from the past, the present, and the future to come into your destined plan. This is God's plan, and God's plan was for you to be happy and healthy and wise. And we have this energy here of being in a mental prison. So you might have something right now that you're really overthinking and you can't figure out a way, or you have a lot of thoughts about what to do or how to maybe do it, but none of them are satisfactory, and you're kind of caught in this thinking loop. And so this person, she's duty bound. She feels like she's bound up. She's got a blindfold on. So that can either mean she doesn't want to really look at the full picture, or maybe, she just can't see the solution. And this energy, there's water here. And I feel like at the beginning there was way more water here because water in tarot represents emotion. And so now she has managed to get through these thoughts that she's put behind her. So there's 7 thoughts behind her, and then there's this one left. I feel like she's almost like she's got her right foot forward. In body language, that talks about she's standing on dry land with this foot. She still has this one in a shallow puddle here. So it's talking about there's still a small amount of emotion left. But once the emotion clears, then you're more likely to be able to make strong choices that are not based on emotion, but on logic and intuition. You notice that she's got her back to her castle here. So this might talk about having to leave people that you love. Like that might be why it's such a difficult situation. And sometimes this can also talk about thoughts of people that are being said behind her back. And so I feel like she's ready, to take the next step pretty quick here. This is talking about, okay, grabbing this sword, freeing herself, take that blindfold off, and just move forward and take action. She's put a lot of thought into it, and this is the best thing that she can do. Now I'm building a pyramid here. So this bottom row is talking about what are we working with here. So, the underlying energy is if you let go of the expectations and you allow yourself to just anticipate the future, but you do your homework basically. There's some really good energy. When the soulmate energy comes through, it's generally because you have done a lot of inner work and you're really solid within yourself, but you're wanting to have fun. You're wanting to enjoy someone else's company. And sometimes this can be very passionate. Be aware that your soulmate energy could be very, very different from your usual choices that you make in love. And that might be the point. And so in the bottom row here, it's talking about what are we working with here. So we have judgment and justice coming in. So definitely something has happened. We can see this energy. But I feel like maybe like the moon is, this will come out in the morning and it will be the full moon, the new moon tonight then. And that energy could it's in Gemini, and Gemini, Uranus just moved into Gemini about a month ago. And this is really bringing the truth out. So that could be something that happens in the near future. When the Wheel of Fortune is turning like this, it's saying that, hey, things are moving. And this is a breath of fresh air coming in about like really feeling stuck in this energy. And we have, rowing off to smoother waters from where you're at. So I do feel like at one point there was probably, look at the rough water here. So this person is, this adult and child in the boat here can represent someone who is wanting to heal something that happened from your childhood. That's why this energy of like, that this, I feel like there's some sort of information coming in from the Page of Swords, representing that time frame where maybe you were in elementary school, you were in high school, or I feel like it's when it's information from when you were younger. And this energy without the baggage in the boat is representing wanting to heal something that happened in your childhood and healing your inner child. The conveyor here is having to dig very deep with that pole to push off, to get out of the mud here and move forward out of this rough water into calm. And the energy is also talking about wanting to ask for God, like through meditation and prayer, asking God in the universe, okay, what's my next steps? Okay, I've taken this step. I'm in the boat now. Now what do you want me to do? It's that type of energy. And we have immature competition here. So definitely this can be, it can be immature competition. It can be competition that you're not really that aware of. You might not even realize you have competition. Sometimes this can represent sibling rivalry. This energy, it's the only card in the deck in the tarot where there's actually adolescents battling over something. And so this energy can talk about really immature competition. Like if you think about narcissistic cheerleaders at a competition, maybe they're like, grade 6 to grade 10 energy, and they can see the other team should win, but they want the trophy. So they're willing to do pretty much anything to get it. And it can get pretty nasty, when adolescent girls get at it, it can be pretty mean. And this energy is like, if they don't succeed, then their mothers will pull strings behind the scenes to make it happen. And really the whole point of competition, when you mature, you realize, oh, the competition is just with myself. If I can keep my shift together when I'm under pressure, then, and even be 1% better than I was the last time I went out, and if the whole team does that, like then they'll actually deserve the trophy. So it's talking about learning from the competition instead of getting upset by it. Sometimes it can be hard. I mean, it's way more fun to win the trophy, but you can really become inspired by competition rather than getting discouraged by it. And we have this energy of having planted seeds. Now, this would be upper middle class energy. The pentacle energy is talking about the health, wealth, and happiness in the 3D. And so it's represented by coin, because coin, of course, is very important in the 3D world. But you could have all the coin in the world and still not be living the lifestyle you want. So this is about lifestyle. And it's also, about money is a big part of that. And we have to, this is about having planted seeds so that you can collect a harvest. And this would be like kind of upper class energy. There's about, there's 10 pentacles available. This person feels wealthy enough to be able to give to charity. So it's talking about that energy of giving to this person. But you notice that he has the scales of justice over this person. And this person has something in their pocket already. So this is talking about an energy of, this person wants to use his money without risking his own, what he already has. And this person is learning the discernment to tell, okay, who's he going to invest in? How much money, time, and energy are you going to invest in another person? Is it going to be a fair exchange of energy? Can you anticipate a good future, a good return on your investment? Is it fair? That's what this energy is talking about. And sometimes this can talk about being breadcrumbed, and that could be something to do with this energy here. That there maybe is some justice needing to come in. Maybe something happened here, and it feels like there's something that happened in your childhood that needs to be resolved here. Being left out in the cold. And so this energy, this can sometimes feel like you don't fit in with your family. Like there's always a black sheep in every family, that energy. But sometimes this is because you're not meant to fit in with your family. Sometimes you're in a family it's sitting on this justice and hidden illusions in that. So there could definitely, there with this energy here, talking about things shifting. This could be sibling rivalry. You might have, and this kind of energy of one person getting something and the other not. Sometimes this can represent that type of energy. I mean, this is being left out in the cold. It's not fitting in or not feeling like you do. But sometimes rejection is God's protection. So let's just keep going here and let's see if we need to, we have the devil here. So this is a little bit more than that then. Because this energy here, the devil is temptation. So it feels like there was some sort of temptation, definitely. I mean, we have two lovers here, and they're yoked to Saturn's to each other, and then to Saturn's box, and the devil is hunched down in between them. And the devil energy is saying that this was more lust than love, and someone got tempted. Now, if this is about when you're a child, this might be your parents. And maybe, I don't know, I was just picking up this energy that maybe you don't fit in for a reason, because maybe, you know how people do DNA tests and then they find out, hey, this dragon's from Italy. And I don't know why I always say this, but I'm not Italian after all. I saw a show one time where a woman said, like, she had DNA tests done. It was on some podcast. And she had no clue. It was just one of those gifts someone gave. And then she found out, like, she had Italian decor all around her house. She was from an Italian family. And then she found out she wasn't Italian after all. Her mother had had an affair when she was younger. And so sometimes this energy can talk about that type of energy. There might be a reason why, like a real reason why you don't fit in, and maybe the justice coming through or this judgment is talking about more something that happened with your ancestors than it is necessarily with you, because there's a lot of this inner child energy coming through. Sometimes this could be that. I mean, you might have some idea about that. It might not be that, but for someone it might be. And it also could talk maybe about just not fitting in with your family and having competition. Maybe you had a lot of siblings and just never felt like you fit in. This is representing temptation. So when the devil comes up, you're not going to, this is manipulative energy. So it's very unlikely you're going to get the truth from the devil. So I always just cover him with the next card up. I want to see what is it about, he sends in a minion to do his dirty work. So we're going to see, who does he send in, or does God cover it? And look at this, he sends someone in to cause heartbreak here. And this energy here actually is talking about, like, this energy could have been way back again. It's sitting right on justice and judgment with your ancestors, and you not feeling like you fit into the family. And this can sometimes represent a third party energy. Now, I wouldn't always read this like this, but my intuition is just saying that that's what this could be about. So there, this third sword here, there's three swords in the heart here, which is heartbreaking. Sometimes this can represent like your heart needs healing from something. But I feel like this is more your ancestors' energy. I feel like the Wheel of Fortune is turning for you. It's like once these hidden secrets and illusions come out, it's going to be like a breath of fresh air from you're meeting your soulmate. Wheel of Fortune is turning in your favor. You're not overthinking things anymore because now you know the truth. And this energy definitely can be talking about something that happened here. And, this can represent forgiveness and need for healing the heart. And it can also talk about, harsh words being spoken. It could be gossip, slander. So maybe a lot of people, there's something that happened when you were younger and no one has told you. And maybe you're if you've ever watched Paternity Court, like, Lord, there's a lot of those energies that happen out there. And now with those DNA kits, this isn't an unusual thing. Let's just keep going here and see what this is. Definitely, this is the heartbreak. I feel Stella, sorry, she's got happy feet. She was purring, and now, did you lose your grip? My cat is so funny. All right, we have the Queen of Cups energy. So this is talking, I feel this is talking about, the Queen of Cups represents like a cup of love for sure. But I feel like this is talking about your maternal bloodline with the information, the way it's coming out. And this card does sometimes represent, this is talking about someone who's most likely to be in a traditional marriage. She's like more like a homemaker type. This would be like her cup of love is like a big trophy, and she's got a lid on it. And this is saying she's basically a container of unconditional love. But this can also represent the maternal bloodline. So it can represent your mother and your grandmother and great grandmother, that type of energy. And depending on how old you are, this energy can represent DNA testing, and it sometimes represents adoption, fostering of children, that kind of energy. Let's keep going. We have, this is the sun coming out. This is like right on this energy here. The sun is saying, I'm going to melt the snow, and you're going to see the shift that was covered up. That's what this is saying. This is the happiest card in the deck. This is God saying, hey, you're meant to be a happy child. You were always meant to be a happy child. You were no accident. You're a gift. You were a gift for the universe. This is you as a child, very happy. The sunflowers all turning towards the sun is representing that. This child is fearless. This is saying you're a child of God on your destined path, and you're meant to be happy, and you're meant to be on your destined path. And like, this child is totally fearless on this pony. And so this is talking, when the sun card comes in, it's the happiest card in the deck. And it's God shining the truth on an entire situation, and saying you deserve to know the truth about whatever happened when you were younger. There's something going on here for you. And it's really strange, because sometimes, definitely rejection is God's protection more often than not. And this card, this sometimes can represent tactics being taken to cause people to be left in isolation, like purposefully making people feel like they don't fit in. And, there could, I feel like there's some sort of energy around that here. The breadcrumbing of the pentacles, though, I'm wondering if there's some sort of an inheritance or some sort of energy around that. Something that you like, because this is talking about a shortfall of pentacles and lifestyle. And this person is on crutches and has a bell around his neck. And in the old days, they didn't have apps to ostracize people if they thought they had the plague, or they were contagious, or they didn't feel like they fit in. They would tie a big bell around their neck and make them wear it, so that when they came in town, people would hear them coming and could run the other way. Which would make it really hard, as you can imagine, to have a career or to even buy groceries, And this other person they're with is in the snow with bare feet. So this energy is talking about, tactics maybe being used to put you in this position. Like the snowflakes, they're really pretty until they all pile up, and then after they pile up, it's heavy. It can be really heavy to shovel. And sometimes this can be talking like, if you've ever lived, like I lived in Canada in the prairies, in the winters would last months. And if you have, pets, dogs that have to go out to use the bathroom, and you don't clean up with them regularly in the spring when the snow melts, well, the stench is horrible. And so I'm picturing the snow melting and all the shift being exposed. And that's kind of the energy here. Whatever happened here, it's starting to be exposed now. And God's saying, you deserve to be happy. You deserve to have the truth. You deserve to have what's yours. And we have an emperor here now. So the emperor is talking quite often about an authority figure. The emperor is someone that embodies the qualities of all four kings in one person. This is he's in the major arcana, so this is talking about someone who's high level performance, and quite often this could represent a judicial figure, an authority figure of some sort. It's also someone that wants control. So sometimes the emperor can be quite controlling, but he is always ready. Like he's, people look up to him because if there's an opportunity, he's ready for it. He has his armor on underneath his robe, and he will, be ready for any opportunity. And he rarely has to fight for anything because he's alpha male energy, and people look up to him. And beta males rarely go up against him because they know that he's tough, and so this energy could be talking about someone. This could even be this energy of a soulmate coming in, someone that is willing to stand up for you and the truth of your situation. And that puts you on a new cycle. I feel this is the soulmate energy coming through for you. This puts you on a brand new cycle. Like this is the Fool going on a foolish. I feel like now it's not foolish. I feel like now that this energy comes out and you have the truth. I was trying to put the other painting, the other half here, but I couldn't fit it all on because I was feeling like, I feel like there's almost like two fools in this one. Like this is talking about the journey that you were in. And now, when the emperor steps in, and it doesn't have to be, but this could be your soulmate. And I feel like your journey switches now. And now you're going on a foolhardy journey. I feel like the foolish part of the journey was these people thinking they could keep this hidden from you for this long. Something like sometimes things are like that. You have to remember too, depending on your age, years ago, like if you were pregnant, say out of wedlock or something like that, it was a serious offense. And in some cultures and some religions and that, it still is. But they would like sometimes send people away and pretend it never happened and then adopt the baby out. And then the mother would have to come back and just pretend that it never happened. And it really wasn't given, like there was no choice like we have today. Like there is, if you got pregnant out of wedlock, it was a life changer for sure. So this could be talking about that. I feel like, I don't necessarily feel that's your energy though. I feel like this is the energy of your mother, something going on. It doesn't have to be. It could even be a grandmother, or you know what I mean? Like it could be even further back. But there's something not quite right here. And then we have, my way or the highway energy. Now that's not unusual for the emperor, but in a lot of cases, this or that energy is like not the best way to be. It's better to have an open mind. But I feel like this is like to get this cleared up, that it's going to take someone that says, no, it's going to be my way. I have all the facts here. I know what's been going on, and it's going to be my way. And normally I would read this as, okay, you need to, be more open. It's very similar to this energy. But I feel that this is talking about, it's sitting on the emperor and this new journey saying, we're cleaning this mess up. That's the energy I'm picking up here, whatever was going on. And I do feel that this is possibly the soulmate energy. This energy normally, I'm being in this energy of my way or the highway is usually not, you want to use your third eye energy. And we have the new moon in the background, and that new moon is tonight as I'm reading this for you. I mean, it's not tonight as I'm reading it, but it's tonight from this morning. So this could have something to do, and it doesn't have to be necessarily, like this could be about business. You know, like it could be about partnerships. It's something that you love to do or be. This doesn't, there could have been like a partner that left you out in the cold if this isn't resonating in that way. Sometimes this is about something you love to do or something you love to be, that kind of energy. So let's keep going here and see. Yeah, normally I wouldn't say this is that great to have energy to be in, but I feel like this energy, he's not fooling around. I can just feel like that, like my way. It's going to be done my way. I can just, you know. And this is talking about very focused on getting this done. This is the one card in the tarot where it says that this person is literally making money. They're pounding out an actual coin, like, so literally making money. So this can be, sometimes this can represent, I mean, a project that you've been started on, and you have, you know, these, you're on the second one and you have 6 to go, or you've already have these 6 and you have 2 more to go. And this is sitting right on this energy here. So I feel like it's talking about this money here, the breadcrumbing energy. And this sometimes can represent counterfeit money, like, and like crimes with money, like literally making money, you know, money laundering, that type of energy. And if it's sitting on here, yeah, and the Emperor is totally focused, that's what this energy is about. There's some missing money somewhere, or something going on here. It could be an inheritance. It could be something that happened in your business if you owned a business. It could be something that happened in your parents' business. We have a King of Cups coming in. Now, this is a couple, right? And quite often I would say, oh, well, like, you know, but we don't really have, we haven't had any communication other than some information coming in. And this card sometimes can represent an investigation. There's a lot of energy here about possible criminal activity because we have judgment coming in. We have justice being meted out. We have hidden illusions and secrets. This can sometimes represent someone who's an investigator, an investigation happening. This can represent spy energy, technology being used, like hidden cameras, that kind of energy. This can represent not just a mental prison, but an actual physical jail. And yeah, and this energy here and the inner fighting here, like the competition that, you know, and the Emperor coming through. And now this is talking about, if that's the energy, I feel this is something that's talking about, like, if you know, I'll go from the bottom to the top in a minute here, but this is a couple. And I feel that this is the information. All of this is about what happened. I feel this is something that happened with your parents that you're maybe not aware of. And it doesn't have to be that you're adopted or anything. That is for some maybe. But I'm talking about something that happened with them, with their business, something with this to do with this, because now it's coming out. Some sort of energy around this. There could be some hidden money in your family. That's why the ancestors are cheering, because like they worked hard to be able to have this for their family, and I feel like somehow it went sideways for them. And when the Sun card comes out, it is talking about this energy being brought to light. And what's interesting as well is like this moon that we have coming up tonight, as well, if you're watching this in the morning here, it is a Gemini new moon, as I said, and that Uranus moved into Gemini about a month ago, and Uranus in Gemini is bringing out the truth, and it's bringing out the truth in really weird ways, weird truths in weird ways, and every day there's another truth. And the last time Uranus was in Gemini was between 1941 and 1949. So I feel like, depending on your age, you know, this could be your grandparents or your parents' energy, something happening way back then. And that was not uncommon, you know, like a lot of people had to leave Europe because of the war, and a lot of soldiers from other countries ended up having to leave home and being away for a long time. And so there was a lot that happened in between 1941 and 1949. And maybe there's some sort of truth coming in from around that time. Wow, this is really wild. And then we have Empress energy. So you see, I do feel this is the soulmate energy, because now this is clarifying. When this energy comes out, it's going to upgrade your lifestyle to an Empress energy lifestyle. And now it's matching the Emperor, and that would match the soulmate energy. Let's keep going here and see. We have two of Pentacles here. So this is talking about juggling lifestyle, like two lifestyles, basically. So, like something was happening here. There was some pentacles juggled. This is talking about multitasking, being very busy, and it's sitting on this energy. And I'm not quite sure what, like this Emperor and Empress energy, this energy, it feels like this could be the soulmate energy coming in, and this elevates you to an Empress energy once you get this information coming in. We don't really know who you are, though. There only is really, I mean, there is this. So this could be talking about, for some, this could be talking about not your parents or grandparents' energy, but possibly the King of Cups, the King of Cups offering this. It just doesn't make sense, though. There feels like there's some juggling. This card is saying, juggle your options, but never juggle your morals. And I feel like there could be some sort of energy around that. Yeah, definitely some sort of truth coming in. This is a lot of energy coming in the readings like that lately. And this can talk about marriage for sure. This is the official marriage card. It's talking like, woohoo, you now have the down payment for your castle, and you just have to make the payments. This is the beginning of a fulfilling life. And it's also sometimes talking about being on a much stronger foundation. It's sitting at the top. And this is the underlying energy here. So I really feel like that the Emperor and the Empress now come together. And because of this juggling of morals down here and him investigating it, I don't know, this could be someone high up in the legal system, or, someone that has authority to investigate something. This could represent FBI or, that type of energy. It's really an interesting reading, and I feel it like it could go back more than one generation. So we've got Judgment, and the ancestors are thrilled, like they're yahoo. And I do feel like for some, this could talk about like maybe someone having to go overseas because of the war energy. And then maybe there was a child from being over there. And that could be an energy that maybe you don't even know about, or maybe you do. And this is talking about your maternal and paternal bloodline. For the two of them to be coming out on this angle, this elevates, this information that comes in here elevates you to the Empress level. It's a big improvement in your lifestyle. And it could represent this energy here, because then the Emperor would be the match for the Empress. And this would be, coming together, the two lifestyles coming together. My way or the highway actually worked in this energy. It brings in a brand new cycle, and all this worry, all this trying to think why don't I fit in? What's going on here from my childhood? Something never felt quite right. I feel that's this energy here. Yeah, it's a really interesting reading. And remember, the devil's sitting underneath this energy. So someone got tempted, and it could have been, and it could be about business as well. Could be something like to do with that, something you love to do or be. But with Gemini, Uranus and Gemini, that energy, the truth is coming out in a lot of situations. You can see it all. Like if you go online and you watch any of the podcasts and that, it's like the weirdest things are happening out there. And people, every day there's someone else like that, okay, like they've been getting away with something for generations and all of a sudden it comes up. And it's not necessarily criminal, but a lot of times it is. And a lot of times it's also about them not knowing the truth of who they are and that kind of energy. I'm going to clarify this for those of you who want clarification. If you're leaving the reading here, thank you so much for your time and energy. It's a pretty amazing tale here. I feel like it's coming into, it's shifting for sure. There's something about this new moon coming up that's really, really powerful. It's been coming up in a lot of the readings. So this is, the numbers on these cards represent the paintings as they're listed in my oracle, Tales from the Vector. This is one of the paintings, one of the dragons from that painting. It's courtesy of the Intergalactic Federation of Light. I will put the numbers on here represent the numbers in the gallery on my website. I'll put them in the reading down below, or in the description box for the video below if you want to take a look at them. And they say a picture paints 1,000 words. Maybe it'll bring some clarity for you. I did a little meditation on this, and I was kind of kept wanting to bring this other painting out. But I couldn't make it stand on the stand, the other half, because the other half is the anticipation one. Interesting. And so the Scorpio energy is coming out. So this is talking about uniting. I feel like this is really going to elevate this is really good energy for you. I feel that you're going to really enjoy an upgrade in your lifestyle. And we have the Aquarius, like when you and your soulmate energy come together. And I do feel that this is representing, this is a lot that you've gone through or that your family has gone through. And it's really, sometimes when we go through a lot of shift, it turns, it makes us so strong that we embody all the qualities of all the queens and become an empress, because we had to learn so much on our journey. And it's also saying that you did your best to be the best version of yourself while you were doing it. You learned from the competition. You did your best to stay on the straight and narrow, that type of energy. The Aquarius energy is talking about Uranus. Definitely that's that energy coming in. I want to point out, when horoscope signs come in my general collective readings, I'm not saying this is an individual that did something. I'm talking about the energy of the signs. We all, if you get your birth chart done, you'll have most or all of the signs, and we can learn from that energy. I feel it's more likely that's what the signs come out to talk about anyway. Definitely this is Uranus energy is coming in from the Gemini moon. It's sitting right on it. But that's about Uranus having just moved into Gemini. This energy is going to be with us for 7.5 to 8 years. So, hey, we may as well get used to it and get the popcorn out. We have the Magician. This is the energetic upgrade. Definitely, I feel like this is the Wheel of Fortune is definitely turning in your favor. You're a child of God. You're meant to be happy. And every child is a gift from God, every single child. So even if you were like a so-called accident, you're desirable accident, then, it's a blessing. And this is talking, you are a blessing. The Scotoma, this is talking about having a blind spot when it comes to love. Absolutely, that's for sure. I find this energy here could be talking that maybe you didn't want to know the truth because you don't want it to be, you were afraid of the truth. But once it comes out, I feel like you're really going to be able to, it's going to be like, aha, and it's sitting, the energetic upgrade is on there. You're going to be, that's why I've always felt this way. everything all of a sudden is going to make sense. It's going to make your life so much easier when the truth comes out. And we have this on the moon again. So I do feel that this discipline of the mind, this learning, like this going inward and asking for, meditate through meditation and prayer, asking God to please help you find the truth so that you can understand what the situation is, brings that energy in, because then you become like united within yourself. This is really like, and that's what sometimes this energy can just be talking about that your masculine and feminine energy come together and it heals your heart. And all of a sudden, you're feeling absolutely complete within yourself and totally connected. And we have the transition. So this is talking about one cycle coming to another, and it's sitting right on the Emperor here. I do feel like this Emperor is going to change your life. With soulmates, it doesn't have to be a romantic relationship, but when the Empress card came out, and we do have the two love, this couple here, I feel like it could be for some, and for some it could be a business partner or someone that's really interested in in the work you do and wants to work with you. Could be both. Mother's worry coming out. This card has been coming out quite a bit again. It hadn't for a while, and now it is again. I do feel it's because, of everything that's happening on the planet right now. A lot of people call the Earth Mother, and this is also, like that energy, like there's a lot happening. And I do feel also that maybe in this instance, what is this? This is sitting on you feeling left out. I feel like your mother was trying to, if it was your mother, or that she was trying to, not have you feel that way. But no matter what she did, because this is talking, you were loved. But this is talking about her not wanting you to be hurt. So like trying to overcompensate maybe with this love here so that you wouldn't feel left out. But when you feel it in your gut, that, or that it is. And look at, this is when the Empress energy comes out, when this truth comes out. Really interesting. Look at that. This can also talk about there being two empresses in this reading. So this energy could be talking about someone that, there's some sort of energy around that. Your mother might have, like, maybe if this is talking about a different father, maybe this was someone that treated her like an empress, and maybe had a lot of money. And maybe you haven't received it yet, and you're going to receive it. Maybe they've been looking for you. It could be that type of energy. And look at this. We have the devil on that, temptation on the king of... Look at that, right? So this is like this is sitting on here. And about a third-party energy, we have the queen in between, and now we have this on the paternal energy. I think that's kind of clarifying it for, it doesn't have to be for everyone, but I think for someone it definitely is. If that comes up, put it in the comment box below. We have Aries energy, a newborn infant coming in. So I do feel like that's, this is a gift. You're a gift. So don't let anyone tell you otherwise. That's why this is sitting right on the sun. God is telling you, you are loved, like definitely. But this is talking about a different energy, right? Interesting. And then we have the Wheel of Fortune turning here as well. So the Wheel of Fortune is turning on on the my way or the highway energy, this major transition. I feel like you're an empress now as well. And this is the official marriage card. Let's just see what's on top. God's judgment and cosmic judgment. Yeah, there we have it. So you deserve to have whatever this is. I feel there's something coming your way that is really going to make you happy. This is good. Like, this is a real happy reading. I mean, this is old energy. It's not going to hurt anyone. You know, now I feel like, you know, whatever happened, happened. And it could be, you know, it could go back a couple generations as well. So we'll, you know, let us know in the comment box below if you know what this is about. This is talking about unfettered, like, so your heart's open to this coming in, and I really feel like this is you and this emperor getting together. I don't know, maybe this emperor has the ability to you know, get in touch with information in ways that I was picking up like FBI or some, you know, someone that has access to high places. All right, we'll leave it at this. I do hope you've enjoyed it. I enjoyed this reading. It's talking about a lot of love coming through, a lot of good fortune, two wheels of fortune showing up in one reading. Like, that's pretty cool. And yeah, and two, you know, the Empress and the Emperor and the soulmates. I mean, this is really good. We do have the Devil twice, but I just feel that that was temptation energy that like it's being resolved now, actually. All right, bye for now. I do hope you've enjoyed it. Consider giving it a like and comment if you have. It really empowers me to build my channel. Consider subscribing. I would be honored if you did so. Bye for now.